agnostics. It really is. And second of all, the Maxwell School is sort of a temple, if you will. It's sort of a temple for those of us who believe in science-based public policy, who believe in public policy that's based in rationality rather than morality or religion. The building is beautiful. The whole the reputation of the school, of course, you know better than I, is just spectacular. So I'm very happy to be here. And if you only have 90 seconds, let me tell you what the talk is about, and then if you got to run, you know, go. I'm going to talk today about the ways in which the religious right is using the issue of sexual regulation to undermine secular democracy. So if you need to go, now you can go. You couldn't go before, but now you can go. So there's no, you know, I just noticed with all these millions of screens everywhere, there's nothing for me to look at. You know? It's kind of interesting. I don't know what to talk. I don't know what's going on with the talk. I gotta look like this. This is a reminder: if you have a cell phone or another mobile device, please turn to stun or vibrate. So I'm, excuse me, I've been a sociologist for 30 years, and I'm a licensed psychologist in California and a certified sex therapist. So my work is at the intersection of sexuality and culture and law. I do some expert witnessing occasionally. I've been involved with a number of censorship, or I should say anti-censorship cases and obscenity cases. And if you want, during the question period, we can talk a little bit about that. I want to start by talking a little bit about the faces of America's war on sex. This is Jinora Wilson. Jinora Wilson was a high school student in Georgia, and at the age of 18, he made the mistake of accepting a blowjob from his 16-year-old friend, and she didn't get charged, but he did, and spent several years in prison until there was an enormous outcry all over the news about this future honor student and future state legislator or something. This is Joanne Web. Joanne Web was a Dallas homemaker, and a few years ago she was threatened with jail time if she didn't stop selling sex toys in her friend's living room part-time. And at the time, buying or selling sex toys was illegal in Texas. It is now legal in Texas. However, it's still illegal in Alabama. It's illegal to buy or sell a device that's intended primarily for the use of the stimulation of human genitalia. Now, of course, in Alabama, practically everybody over the age of 5 can buy a gun, and then I leave it to you to decide which of those two objects is more dangerous. This is the Town & Country Hotel in beautiful San Diego, California. I want to tell you that this photo was taken in the middle of January, and just like here. Just like here. The Town & Country Hotel, which is kind of a nice place, had signed a contract with the largest swingers organization in the United States a few years ago to host a swingers convention. There were going to be 2,000 people who were going to come there and have sex with each other for the weekend. And the Alcohol Beverage Control Commission, now every state has an Alcohol Beverage Control Commission. They're not elected, and they're not part of the conventional state law enforcement system. They're sort of on their own. And if you want a liquor license, you have to deal with them in any state, including New York. And in every Alcohol Beverage Control Commission has a clause saying that if you want a license, you have to maintain a high level of morality, whatever that is. And if you violate that, in their opinion, you can lose your liquor license. So the ABC went to the Town & Country Hotel and said, listen, we hear you're hosting a swingers convention. If you want to keep your liquor license, you've got to cancel the contract. Well, you can imagine what a hotel is worth without a liquor license. And so they said to the ABC, well, look, it's going to be okay because we're not going to be serving any liquor at swingers events. And the Alcohol Beverage Control Commission said, we don't care. You want your license, cancel the contract. And so they did. This is Dominic Jones. He was a junior at the University of Minnesota, star football player. He was at kind of a rowdy fraternity party where a lot of people were having sex with each other under the influence. And he had sex with a young woman and ejaculated on her face. And she later had him arrested for sexual assault. Well, there were lots of people there with cell phones taking movies of each other having sex, and they say romance is dead, John. So people were taking photos of each other, and somebody actually had video of this young woman saying to him, "Big man, I want you to rain on me." And he obliged by coming on her face. Well, when this evidence was presented to the judge said that this proved that the young woman was too drunk to consent because no sober person would ever invite somebody to come on their face. So Dominic got in some trouble over that. This is this conservative bastard, this guy who has caused misery for millions and millions of people, Senator Craig, was arrested in a bathroom at the Minneapolis airport for perhaps inviting, another adult to have sex with him. And this is one of those deals where somebody gets their just desserts, somebody gets exactly what's coming to them, but it's wrong. It's wrong that an adult should get busted for maybe inviting another adult to have sex with them. This is a photo of Karen Fletcher. Well, obviously it's not a photo of Karen Fletcher. Karen Fletcher is agoraphobic and won't allow a photo to get taken. A couple of years ago, I was involved in her case. She had a website on which she posted disgusting stories of adults violating very young children. And on this website, she said, "These are my fantasies. These are stories I make up. For God's sake, don't do that. I certainly don't do that. This is just stories for your amusement only." And federal prosecutor Mary Beth Buchanan, who is obsessively going after everybody who has any interest in sex. By the way, she's now running for Congress in Western